Apparently, this is the biggest Netflix movie ever made. So, everyone, it's time to put down Red Notice and watch a film that's built on culture and music and art. And, Netflix movies are a dime a dozen. And I don't think I've ever seen a popular one that's truly managed to make an impact and be something more than what is honestly just corporate slop. But I think this movie does a great job of standing out and pushing through that Netflix trash to make something truly unique. And you know why? It's because it actually wasn't made by Netflix. It's a Sony animation movie that Netflix acquired. I think Sony might be becoming the most interesting animation studio, this and Spider-Verse, and they're doing amazingly. But at the same time, I'm not going to pretend like some of those streaming tropes, for lack of a better term, aren't there holding this movie back a tad. K-Pop Demon Hunters, by the way. I forgot to say that's the movie.
Imagine you just described a whole different movie right there, and you were like,
Yeah.
actually, we're going to talk about editing 2 and a sequel. Whoa!
Yeah, no,
But
we're actually talking about Spirit Untamed. Remember that? It's a 2021 animated movie about
Oh
a
my
horse.
God! Yes,
Remember this?
I remember that. That's such
yeah.
a crazy callback. But yeah, I'm still mad that this is not in. Well, it is technically it is in cinemas. K-pop Demon Hunters. It's a sing-along version, which is a interesting choice. But why not? I think that's fun.
You wouldn't go to those screenings if you'd never seen the movie before. I
True.
bloody hope you didn't. Like that's an awful idea.
Buddy. But no, I really like this movie. It's an excellent choice to have. The music, animation, it is such a fun time. One of the surprising things was how they translated the culture of K-pop into animation and how it can be open to everybody, because I think everybody's been there in that, what is K-pop? What is this? This is so bizarre. But I think we've all gotten used to it, I think, especially that it's completely dominating YouTube music. Let me tell you, everybody, I have dabbled a bit in K-pop. I tell you that.
We've got a K-pop expert on the pod today.
K-pop, actually, I know Les Seraphim, G-Idol, Twice.
When you're listing those bands, to me, you're just saying words. I'm just like, yes, okay, fine.
People
you could be
might
making
comment
up
down,
anything.
like, hey, I know what you're talking about, but you don't. What is this? What is this world?
This is the Out of Time Film Podcast, where your hosts Tom and John discuss everything from blockbuster films to TV and games like there's no tomorrow.
This isn't something that I'm overly familiar with, but I do think that if I'd seen this at the cinema, not in a sing-along context, just generally, would have been great. I mean, think of the bass in some of those songs, hearing them in that context. I think that would have been awesome. And it is a shame that just like so many great films dumped on Netflix rather than getting a full cinema release, Sony were idiots for not doing that, because clearly this film would have been popular. But either way, we have it, and it is popular nonetheless.
It's so popular. If you look at the Spotify, the film came out a month ago, 2 months ago, I don't know. But if you still look at the Spotify, it still has 53 million listeners. Still.
Wow.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah, I mean, as ever, we're on the pulse here at the podcast. We only waited a couple months. It's fine.
We're like, not everything needs a reaction.
It's interesting coming to this film and some of the songs, particularly Golden. I was like, oh, I know this. Like, I've heard this on the radio many, many times, and that's a weird experience. I've never gone to any musical thing with it being already such a part of culture. So, K-pop Demon Hunters. The plot of this one is we got a K-pop group. What are they called?
No, it's
Tricksters?
No.
I only watched this one day ago. This is great.
I'm sorry, K-pop stands.
We're unqualified to talk about this movie immediately.
Huntrix. That's it. Yes,
okay.
yes.
Yeah, so Huntrix are a K-pop band. This trio, we have Rumi, Mira, and Zoe, and the three of them are not just K-pop. You thought they were just a K-pop group, John. No.
Oh my God. What?
They're not. They're actually demon hunters, and their
Demon?
music is meant to like keep the demons in the underworld at bay. And they are coming up to their big performance, which is going to create a golden shield around the world. A Hunmoon, okay.
A Hunmoon.
And then another group emerges. Shocker. And this is a group of guys.
What is it, Tom? What is it?
Men, John. I can't remember what their names are. One of them's called like Baby something.
Oh, Sarja Boys. It's the Sarja Boys. The
Sarja Boys featuring Baby someone.
Baby Joey.
Right, okay.
Baby Joey comes back.
No,
he's
back.
He's back.
Sarja Boys members. Here we go. Oh, I hate everything. We got Mystery, Abby, Ginu, Baby, and Romance. So just Baby. No Baby
Just
Joey, just
Baby.
Baby now. The
Just
one with like
Baby.
green hair, that's Baby Joey. He's got the
There he
green.
is. Yeah, there's
Yes,
Baby
that's
Joey
the
right there,
guy.
reincarnated.
Oh God. Anyway, so like these guys come up and it turns out these guys are actually demons in
Demons.
disguise and they want to try
Demons.
and suck everyone's souls. So these two gangs are fighting and 260 million views on Netflix.
Wow, it does sound insane when you're trying to explain the plot to someone. It's like Demon Hunters trying to get after these demons who are trying to sing and get everybody's souls. But actually, it's quite a fun time. I did have a
It
lot of fun.
is.
The music slaps. When I finished the movie, I went on Spotify and I listened to the music again because I thought that is pretty good.
John's gone full Stan, actually. He's dyed his
Full
hair.
Stan right
He's,
now, everybody.
He's changed his fashion.
Imagine just like one day we have the studio or something. You see me just like nonchalant wearing all the K-pop stuff. I'm like,
Abs
hey,
out.
John,
Oh,
you look a bit
God.
different. Is it the hair? Yeah, it's my hair. It's my
Yeah,
hair.
sure. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, this is animated and the visuals are just stupendously incredible. And it's not just brilliant animation. I mean, that goes without saying, but I found the cinematography and the composition of the shots and the editing. And I think some people ignore these aspects in favor of textured and unique animation. And that's all great. But when those two work side by side, like with this film, it's great. The lighting, the expressions of the characters, it's all phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a lot of passion that went into this. You can definitely tell that they had a lot of fun making this film, how the characters move and how they express a lot in this movie. It's a beautiful thing as well that we get to see animation that gets popular over the years and they do so much to explore within storytelling. And this is Netflix as well. I mean, Netflix does have a lot of anime and animated shows, but this is something that it's so popular and it's just really exciting to see. Also, like a fictional band as well that's also dominating. It's all cool.
If you look at Netflix's top 10, obviously we have the god tier Red Notice, the greatest film that's ever been made.
I don't think
of
anyone
all
noticed
time.
that.
No, genuinely, here's
Yeah.
a question. Do you know anyone who's seen Red Notice? Like in real life?
No.
Me neither. I don't know
Is
how
it?
that film is somehow the most popular movie
I
that's ever
don't.
been made.
If you ask someone on the street, like, have you watched Red Notice? Imagine it was like some experiment. Like,
Yeah,
have
yeah,
you seen
yeah.
Red Notice? If you have seen it, you must be just deranged or something. You're like, what?
We
You're
took
Ryan
12
Reynolds?
people off the street and made them watch Red Notice.
And
And
you know
here's
what?
the effects before and after. But in terms of K-pop Demon Hunters, I mean, this has blown it out of the water. It's amazing to see that people are coming together, people of all ages coming together to see an animated film and celebrate the artistic and cultural expression behind it. And one good thing about this being on Netflix, maybe the only good thing about this being on Netflix is that
The
it
only
is
good
true
thing.
that more people are seeing it who wouldn't be watching it at the cinema.
Yeah.
And that might not be as profitable for the studio as if it did have a theatrical release, but it's got this incredible reach and it's brilliant that, as you say, some of the most popular songs at the moment are in the style of K-pop and from an animated movie. This feels like a cultural moment and that's really cool. I can't think of, I mean, if you think about streaming, like what has had big cultural success, you think maybe Stranger Things, Squid Game, Mandalorian. But in terms of streaming movies, I would really struggle. It's certainly not Red Notice, but
Yeah.
this film, I think maybe does have some cultural impact.
It does. It does. It's just so interesting to see K-pop as something that, I mean, we're two British guys here. We don't. we
Don't
know
tell
much.
them.
Oh no! I'm sorry, everybody.
Ah!
The British government are coming over. No, we don't have much interaction with K-pop. We're going into uncharted territory with K-pop. It's really nice to see how open it is. It doesn't really blind everybody and be like, "Hey, you should know something about this," or "You should be a fan."
That's a good
It-
point. Like, it doesn't require any homework.
Yeah, it's like, hey, if you're here for the vibes, you're here for the vibes. And that's a really cool sentiment.
This film is also really fun. You can't really get mad at it. There's a lot of good comedy. I like whenever somebody says, oh, it's not like this, and then somebody else says, it's like this. It's very fun little comedic stuff. Everyone's got a great dynamic. And of course, there is a lot of music. I do think it is a little too much for me in the first act, and I think that the film from the get-go needs to slow down. And of course, we know that Netflix and streaming in general demand films to move at a certain pace to keep viewers entertained, and streaming has changed the way that films are made. So even though this film was only acquired by Netflix, you can see those influences, especially in the first half of the movie, which is kind of relentless. And I wanted it to just take a moment. Just take a minute, and much like how the characters at the beginning are like, I just want to relax. I felt that too. I wanted to spend more time with the characters, which as we move into the film, we get more of that. But at the start, it was like, here's some colors and songs and culture and different characters. And I was just like, whoa, what's going on?
Oh my God. Yeah, I do think the movie could have been longer with so much information that we had in the first half. But I do have to say, in the second half, there were some really good emotional beats in the story, to explore Rumi, who I think we can get into spoilers already about this, but she has the same patterns as a demon. When demons hide as humans, they have patterns. So she has the patterns of a demon and she doesn't show it to her friends. That's the conflict that we have. She doesn't want to show the world she has these patterns. And I think that's a good emotional arc to understand that she has to accept herself with all these things that she has. And she then expresses that at the end of the movie. And then you can see these scars that she has with the patterns.
I wonder if she has a demon form, because the demons, they have their human form and they have the demon form, and she's half demon. I wonder if she can like Hulk out and kind of become more demony, because that would have been interesting to explore. The demons are interesting because most of them, it's these evil little gremlins who are like, yes, we want to eat your soul. And then like there's this one guy who, he's one of the Saja boys, Genu. And Genu's like, oh yes, but I'm a tortured man and I did things in my past and I'm not proud of it. And the film kind of teeters this line between a demon's something to feel pity about that's ruled over by this actual evil, devilish overlord, or are they actually all terrible? It's the classic thing of, if you have something in your film or your story that represents evil, is that thing entirely evil? Is every orc bad? Is every stormtrooper bad? Is every Slytherin bad? Or do you want to add layers to that? And I think in this film it was a little bit like, oh my god, Genu is a layered person, but the rest of them, get out of here.
No, that's the Sergeant Boys. They're just chilling. They're just like,
yeah.
Okay.
It's like those guys are actually all evil. So I was a little bit like, what are we saying here?
Yeah, what's the emotional core for those guys as well? But for Genu, yeah, there was fascinating concepts about him, about how he has this inner turmoil about the past and how he betrayed his family. You see him just trying to have that connection with someone about how he can get rid of the voices in the head with the massive demon that we see.
The same villain as Moana 2.
Yeah.
Just like a massive bit of weather.
It's
in Moana 2,
flame.
it's a cloud. In this one, it's the flame. It's just like, oh.
Honestly, I would have seen a cool design. I would have seen a cool demon design for him.
I wonder if we'll see him again.
In K-pop 2. Ooh.
K-pop 2, more demons. More demons, more hunters.
Were you about to
say Demon Slayer? 2 hunters. I was going to say Demon Slayer. Yes, I was.
There's a whole different show, guys.
Damn it. I do think they nail the characters in this. They just got huntrix down really well. They're really fun to watch as friends and a team, and you really believe them. You believe their laughter, you believe their pain, and the moment at the end of Act 2 where Zoe and Mira raise their weapons to Rumi was actually like, whoa, I got a little choked up because I felt for them in that moment, and the film had built them up and they tore them down so effectively. And then I think having them and other small characters like Bobby, who's their manager, getting preyed on by their dark thoughts and their inhibitions by this devilish guy, it's a cool way to weaponize both the plot and the characters' flaws. Having said that, I would have liked to see more from Zoe and Mira. I believed in their bond with Rumi, as a group. But individually, I felt like there could have been more to them. They only really got about 2 scenes to explore their own conflicts, which, especially for Mira, are written in a really basic way of family and attachment issues. And it's stuff you see in a lot of mediocre movies, and it does feel like that. And Zoe, she's barely more than comedic relief. And at the start, we're told how incredible of a lyricist she is. And we are told that a few more times, but we never really see it. And Rumi's individual songs are just as good as the ones that Zoe writes. So there's not really much to her character. Like, I want to see what she adds rather than just get told. And if we do get a sequel, I think we got to see more of these two. Get them to have their own emotional narrative.
Yeah, there was a lot of potential for that. I would love to see how Mira tackled that she doesn't have a family. And I wondered how they're going to do that differently if they were to make a sequel. You don't want to make it too generic. I think there has to be some emotional investment that we need to follow, especially with Zoe, because there is that conflict that she has with herself, that she believes that she's too much with other people. She becomes very self-conscious. There was something there that I thought, great, there must be something that we can follow. There could have been something opened up for that in the first half. But again, there was a lot of things that we had to go through in the first half. Rumi, that was the emotional core of the movie. That was great. But I want to see these two girls actually have something, as you said, like they're being a lyricist, and what Mira does as well.
Yeah, what does Mira do? What does she add to it? I don't know.
People in the comments, please do remind us what she does, because we only know that Rumi is the lead singer, and then Zoe as the lyricist, and
Mira's the edgy one, man. She's
The edgy one.
different. She doesn't fit in. I feel like at the end of the day, for all the amazing music and the colourful, textured, expressive animation, the characters are fun, all of that, but it's not the most interesting narrative. And I think the first act is the time, like, throughout I was guessing plot points and I was getting it bang on. I was like, oh, is she half demon? And then, she would be, and, stuff like that. It's not a complicated movie, and maybe that is the Netflix isms or the streaming isms. I do think it lacks the maturity that many popular streaming movies also struggle to capture. Some of the dialogue and character beats were a bit painfully generic, and it's not a bad thing to have generic elements, but it's not written in a way that really wowed me. And I think that this could stand out even more if it didn't have that. And it's made excellently. I can't stress it enough. But the script, it didn't do much for me. And it's funny because the studio wants to grab you immediately. They throw flashy visuals and action and music in the first 30 minutes. They're desperate to keep you engaged and not want to turn off, because that's the thing, isn't it? On streaming, you can just turn off at any moment. But for me, it made me less interested. And once you get into the second half of the film and we begin to explore the characters more, especially Rumi and Jinu, that's where I got more interested. The dialogue was still fine, but it picked up immensely. And I think, especially as Act 2 ends, the movie does lock in pretty hard. The whole finale and the use of the music was
and the
pretty
power
solid.
of friendship. The
power of friendship. We did it again.
Such
that
words.
Final song, it had such power to it. During the final song, they layered Golden into it, the song they sing at the beginning. You know how in most musicals, especially really good musicals,
yes,
at the end they do like a little medley, and in the final bit you are reminded of all the motifs.
That's
just Les Mis.
It's just Les Mis. That was the only one that came to my mind.
Yeah.
I was going to make a list.
Okay.
I mean, La La Land epilogue. There was
yes,
something that,
exactly. Epilogue in La La Land. Step in Time, Mary Poppins, Greatest Showman obviously begins and ends with The Greatest Show. Moulin Rouge, Come What May.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. I mean, that's a stage one. Waitress. Six. There are just so many fantastic musicals that do that.
Great musicals.
And I loved the way that it folds different songs in. Is really cool. Which leads me to my next line of questioning. This is an interrogation, actually. This is at the beginning. A single light turns on, and I slam down a file, and I'm like, right, K-pop Demon Hunters, explain.
Demons, they go on demon time. Or something like that. Yeah.
I will not talk about K-pop Demon Hunters without my lawyer present.
Who's your lawyer? Matt Murdock?
It's actually the cat from K-pop Demon Hunters. And
the cat. That's my favorite. I love the cat.
I like that.
He's just goofy. With the pigeon, with the hat as well. It's peak.
Brilliant.
It's peak.
Brilliant.
I love to have a plushie of that.
So, do you want to see a sequel to K-pop Demon Hunters?
Why the hell not? I think it's a pretty cool film, and it does have a lot of potential. I don't really mind for a sequel. I think this is something that now hopefully will be released in cinemas, like a sequel like this. Netflix, are you hearing this? I hope you are, because you could have made bank. I'm telling you right now, you could have made bank with this.
This is their problem every time.
K-pop is so popular, movies are popular, music is popular. Sony, Spider-Verse, are you not listening?
And even if this film isn't massive, just like Spider-Verse, you release it in the cinema, it does really well, and then it booms on streaming, and then the next film, it will just go to places unknown.
It's gonna make more $1 billion.
No, I could see them making a trilogy. I could see them doing the classic Netflix. They want to get the animators back in the sweatshops, get them overworking, which is the awful trend that comes out of these kinds of successes. They're going to want to capitalize as soon as possible. So I think we are going to see a frustratingly fast turnaround, and I do think there will be a sequel.
Yes. If there is a sequel, just give the animators time, because it's so important for you. Do not
People
want
can
to
wait. People waited 5 years in between Spider-Verses, and even across the Spider-Verse was still, the animators were still overworked. So people can wait. People know to wait. Look at Avatar, 12 years? Something like that. People showed up for Way of Water. So what do you think could happen? What do you want to see in the potential sequel?
Honestly, give Zoe and Mira some emotional investment for this, to explore their music, to explore other sides of K-pop, like maybe there is other stories about K-pop that we don't know. I think that'd be really interesting to explore. Let's see different demons, like maybe they take on maybe different creatives.
These ones are choreographers. And they have dance battles.
Yeah, the choreography in this movie was insane, by the way.
Yes,
the animation
it really was. I wonder if it was rotoscoped. I wonder if any of it had real people dancing that they would have animated over.
I think so.
I wonder if they could also do other things that aren't demons. So you like K-pop Demon Hunters, K-pop Goblin Hunters, K-pop
Goblin
Dragon
Hunters.
Hunters. Like take things from like fantasy or something. Like name something.
Wait!
Name me something.
K-pop Lego Hunters.
K-pop Lego Hunters. Oh, mate. A Lego K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm intrigued. You had me at Lego.
Imagine they go to a Lego world of K-pop.
K-pop Multiverse Hunters. Are we?
Well,
Are you tired of the multiverse yet, John? Do you
Oh
want
God,
more
please,
multiverse?
please stop!
More
I don't want the
multiverse.
multiverse. No.
Right. Okay. So, what do you give K-pop Demon Hunters out of 10?
An 8.
Nice, nice. I'm going 7. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you liked it and you're listening on YouTube, you can like and subscribe if you want to see more. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, you can follow and give us a 5-star review if you think we're worthy. I don't know what next week is, so it's going to be a mystery for me and for you. We haven't decided yet. Could be anything. What's
Interesting.
coming out? I don't know. What's already out? I don't know.
Yes, you can follow us on Instagram at The Time Film Pod to see our incredible thumbnails from Zain Afzal, on Twitter for more thoughts from Tom and me, and TikTok to see edited clips, which are all also on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts, and you can find links there all in the description below. Thanks to Jones-Meyer for the excellent theme, and Ronan Phillips vocals as always, and I think that's everything. Take what you're given.
Give nothing back.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.